Welcome back guys to a new video. Today we will discuss about the cruel story of the famous Moor's murderer. The moors, a vast expanse of desolate, windswept land, dotted with bogs and heather. But for some, this bleak wilderness holds a darker secret. This is the story of the Moor's Murders, a tale of unspeakable cruelty and depravity, committed by two twisted individuals. Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, their names have become synonymous with evil. But who were they, and what led them to commit such heinous crimes? Ian Brady was a young man who had a troubled childhood. He was fascinated by Hitler, the Nazis, and the occult. He had a deep-seated hatred for society and authority, and he saw himself as a kind of rebel. Brady met Myra Hindley in 1961, when he was working as a stock clerk at a chemical company. Hindley was a typist, and the two quickly became close. Myra Hindley was a troubled young woman and tortured by her own father. She had a difficult childhood, and she was searching for something in life. Brady offered her a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. And unfortunately, that sense of purpose involved killing people. Over a period of 2 years, Brady and Hindley killed 5 young people, 4 of them buried on Saddleworth Moor. The victims were all aged between 10 and 17, and their deaths were brutal and senseless. The case was one of the most complex and difficult I've ever worked on. There was very little evidence to begin with, and it took years of painstaking work to build a case against Brady and Hindley. The trial was held for over 14 days starting on the 19th of April in 1966. Ian and Myra were each charged with 3 murders, those of Evans, Downey, and Kilbride, as it was considered that there was by then sufficient evidence to implicate Hindley in Kilbride's death. Hindley died in 2002. But Brady remained in prison until his death in 2017. The Moor's murders challenged our perceptions of what human beings are capable of. It forced us to confront the idea that some people are simply irredeemable, that some individuals are so damaged that they can never be rehabilitated. Cut to images of the victims' families. But perhaps the greatest tragedy of the Moor's murders is the toll it took on the victims' families. For decades, they lived with the knowledge that their loved ones were buried somewhere on the moors, their bodies undiscovered. Eventually, the bodies of the victims were discovered, and they were given proper funerals. But the scars left by the Moor's murders will never fully heal. Today, a memorial stands on Saddleworth Moor, a reminder of the lives lost and the horror that was inflicted upon them. The Moor's murders will never be forgotten, and we must continue to remember them, to honor the victims, and to learn from the mistakes of the past. The Moor's murders remain one of the most shocking and disturbing cases in British criminal history. The vast expanse of the moors, once a place of solitude and beauty, forever tainted by the cruel actions of 2 twisted individuals. And so the moors remain, a place of mystery and darkness, where the secrets of the past still linger. The case of the Moor's murders has left a lasting impact on British society, not only because of the brutality of the crimes, but also because of the psychological implications of the killer's actions. There are also some movies and series on Moor murderers where we can see the cruelty and the terrifying story of them. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.